Okay. Welcome.
He scared me.
I do need a cold open today, Jeff. Do you want me in charge of it? You need to say something funny?
I'm thinking.
You have to think to be funny?
Well, I want to make it good, unlike, some of our cold opens.
Just say roll the open.
Here we go. Have a seat. Save your energy. We have an hour.
I said if I was going to do TV, because I was never not going to be myself.
Where are the people who are a little bit different?
You're sitting next to one on the couch. Let's just say that.
Be yourself, but not too much of yourself.
Now, here's Jason.
Thank you. Happy Monday. Thank you. Welcome to the Jason Show. Look at yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. Thank you, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Jason Show. Let us start with this. Oh, my gosh. That's about all a mom and a grandma could say after trying out a virtual reality headset for the very first time. Audience, look at this.
Oh, poor. He fell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. That's right. That's her reaction. Grandmama encountered a dinosaur while using the Apple Vision Pro. That's right. We got it. We got to get one in here for Kendall. Oh, that would be great. Let's go. Cue the music, Leo. Let's start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to my dear friend, Miss Kendall Mark, everybody. Yes.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I haven't seen you today.
I haven't seen you today. You were not at the meeting.
I skipped it.
You skipped our...
Cut it like class.
You skipped our pre-show meeting, so
Yep.
hi. I haven't. You look nice. I haven't seen you at all. How you doing?
You look lovely too.
Thank you.
Thank
How
you.
was your weekend?
It was good. It wasn't as good as yours, though.
I know we have guests in town. I mentioned them. Well, if you've watched us, the new cities probably don't know. But if you've watched us for any length of time and you watched us during the state fair, you fell in love with them. I fell in love with them months before that. But I'm talking about my British friends, Joanna and Beth. They work at the... Yeah, go ahead and clap for them. They're here. Yeah. The Brits. Yeah. Joe and Beth are here, and closer to home, last week I did that little monologue about joy, and I said that if it were how small moments can really lead to something, just small acts of kindness, just saying hello to somebody, asking the person at the grocery store as they're ringing you up, how are you today? That's literally all Colin and I did, was ask Joanna and Beth how their day was, and it led to one of the most precious friendships that I've ever had in my long life. And yeah, so they're here. Now, on a less sentimental and more funny avenue, if you watched our state fair shows, they stole the show.
Yes,
we brought a baby animal, a little baby pig out, and Joanna and Beth, they cried like I was giving them a Ford Bronco or something, and it was one of the best moments of the state fair show. So they are here today. They're staying with us. Yeah. They're here today. They got it through TSA. They brought a big bushel of British snack foods.
Yes.
Stuff that stuff that's like illegal here. We can't get it. Is it illegal? No, it's not illegal.
Can we say that out loud?
We can say that out loud.
Okay.
They're fine. They'll be,
Okay.
yeah. And then in exchange, executive producer Jeff has a collection of Midwestern snacks that they've never had. Yeah.
Like,
What?
a collection.
A collection. There's like 4 things. I'm giving you a lot of credit, Jeff. But anyway, but yeah, I am. I'm
It's
giving you
true.
credit for going grocery shopping.
I was.
Yeah.
Way to go. I was a little disappointed.
Why were you a little disappointed?
I saw that French fries with ranch for dipping sauce was not on the menu as a Midwestern snack, and I feel like that's a thing here.
They eat ranch. They've had ranch.
With French fries?
Yeah.
You have?
They're
Oh, okay. I thought
they're
this
not
was like.
from Jupiter. I mean, they're from.
I thought this was a
They're
Midwestern
from
thing.
England. I mean, and they live in Florida.
I don't know. It was just a thought.
You can't. There's every kid walking around at Disney World with a bucket of ranch. I mean, they've had it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but you agree with the other choices, though, don't you? Oh, that's right. You didn't go to the meeting. You don't know what they are.
This one thing in there. There was this one thing, and there was this other thing.
It's other thing and that other thing.
Then that goes well with that.
That's right. Yeah. Let's get started, everybody. Leo, speaking of food, it's time for the hot dish. Roll it. Here we go. Okay. Well, another weekend, another award show, all 800 of them. With the Oscars less than 2 weeks away, the Actors Union handed out their hardware this weekend. The Screen Actors Guild Awards happened Saturday night, streaming on Netflix for the very first time. I've always loved the SAG Awards. No big surprise, Oppenheimer was the big winner in the film category, taking home Best Performance by a Cast. Guys, that's their version of a Best Picture. The night featured several reunions. Forget the awards, this is what everyone loved. This reunion in particular from The Devil Wears Prada.
It's an age-old question. Where does the character end and the actor begin?
Well, as we've just seen, Meryl and Miranda Priestley are sort of like twins. Right?
I don't think I'm anything like Miranda Priestley.
No. That wasn't a question. Please, do the honors. By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me.
Now, if you're one of the 7, 8, 12 people that have never seen Devil Wears Prada on TBS, all of those are lines from the movie. And you can see that Anne Hathaway did another little wink wink to all of us who love the movie. Her gown was cerulean blue, and that's an inside joke from the movie. And I love that they never even mentioned it. It was just there.
It was just present.
It was present.
I was waiting for sometimes when I feel like I'm going to faint, I have a cube of cheese.
A cube of cheese, yeah.
For that one to come out
I'm
too.
one stomach virus from getting into my goal weight. Yeah, anyway. No, they're great. Yeah, anyway. That's a line. I'm not feeling, I'm just saying. Yeah, one of the best speeches of the night came from one of our favorites, Pedro Pascal, after his win, deserved win, for male actor in a drama series for The Last of Us. Here's Pedro.
This is wrong for a number of reasons. I'm a little drunk. I thought I could get drunk. And thank you, HBO. Geez, Louise. I'm making a fool of myself. But thank you so much for this.
Okay. That's like the best speech ever.
So honest.
But can you imagine, though?
No.
You don't think you're going to win.
You're like, there's no way.
And, you know, with the SAG Awards, unlike the Oscars when you're seated, like, you know, in an audience like we have, you're at tables. So you're eating some calamari and you're drinking. And you think there's no way you're going to win. Yeah. So you're down in the Vouv. Yeah. And then, boom, you have to go up there.
His shirt's like unbuttoned down to his belly button, too. Did anybody else notice that? Like, he was getting comfy.
Nope. Rows 2 through 3 agree. They're fine with that move. Yeah, they're fine with that. I'm fine with that too, for the record. Yeah. Next in the dish, a member of country music royalty hopes to hit it big on American Idol. So here's the deal. Sunday night, the granddaughter of coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn, auditioned with the song that she wrote. Watch this.
These oversized t-shirts don't work like they used to. Sleep
think? So that's Emmy Russell from Nashville, easily booking her ticket to Hollywood. Did you like her?
I did. I had a face. That's why you asked me,
Yeah.
right? So when I watch these things, specifically on shows like Idol, and you hear, oh, I have this background, my grandmother was this, my aunt was that, my uncle was that, I always wonder, why couldn't you get it done before this? Like, why weren't you successful? You have all the connections in the world. Why haven't you made it yet then? When someone else who's like Joe Schmo from, you know, Red Wing is like, I don't know anyone. I want to be on this show. That's always how I feel about those situations. I don't know.
I sometimes feel the apple falls really far from the tree.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes they're not as talented as the tree. And not in this case, she was great. But I often wonder, ooh, you swam on the way other end of the gene pool. Like, you know what I mean? You were swimming, you were in the 8-foot section of the pool, and
took a dive off the other end.
But she's really good.
Right. It's nothing personal. I'm always just like, okay.
We looked at this list today on the radio show of Where Are They Now? American Idol winners. Yeah. And it's striking that, like after season 12, I bet if I were to go up to anybody, you can't name 2 winners from the ABC era of Idol.
I can't name 2 contestants.
Yeah.
Like that's other not even a
because
joke.
you think of Carrie Underwood and Daughtry and
Jennifer Hudson,
little David Archuleta, Dave Fantasia, J Hud, like we said.
Right.
Kelly Clarkson, for heaven's sake. But once the show went on to ABC, no offense to the Alphabet Network, these shows now are just about the judges. Right. They're not about, because superstars are born on TikTok now. Right. They're not born on ABC, I guess. I don't know. We're going to take a break. The Brits and more when we return. More Hot Dish. Stay with us. Welcome back. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating in our birthday club today. They get a Jason Show collector's pin, a sash, and up to $20 of free play at our partner Grand Casino. Thanks, Birthday Club. And speaking, one of the Birthday Club members, she's from Duluth, she brought us a gift. She brought us cupcakes.
I know.
Isn't that sweet? A cupcake lady. Annie, the cupcake lady. There we go. Thank you, sweetheart. I love it. I love that, you know, just cut to the chase. What are you going to name it? I make cupcake. I'm the cupcake lady. I love that, yeah. And she knows that I'm only child, so she told me I have to share. So I have to give this. I gave some to photographer Eric, because everyone's worried that he never eats, so we're going to feed him. Let's get back to the dish. It's the baseball error no one predicted. Pants on the new uniforms this year are see-through.
Not complaining.
Yeah. It's overwhelmingly popular with our audience today. Yeah. John, that guy not so sure. But anyway, John Oliver had a little fun with that fact and its coverage it received in local newscasts. Watch this.
And now, local news loses it over Major League Baseball's new pants.
Major League Baseball introduced new uniforms this year, but there's a problem. Okay. The pants are made of thinner fabric, making them almost see-through, Chris.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Now photos all over the internet.
Got my attention. I'm listening.
Luckily, the tucked-in shirts keeping things covered. Look at him, his hands.
They're definitely see-through, right? You can see the little tags.
It.
That's for sure.
What's it? Oh.
See? Wow. We saw
we can go to weather now.
Does he look happy wearing them? No. He looks happy wearing them.
Did you see the problem, though?
I don't think girls are saying there's a problem there.
The players, I think, probably have an issue with it.
Oh.
Alpha, I've got patterns on my boxer briefs. Everyone's going to see that.
I don't know. I'm definitely very interested in baseball.
I'm so glad I have twin season tickets. There we go.
It's fine. We're fine with it.
That's a home run. That's right, yeah. Love it.
Good there.
Love it. I love sports. Anyway, more dish for you now. I do, Kendall. You know what's more than just that? The Wendy Williams documentary, just keep drinking, Kendall. The Wendy Williams documentary brings a strong reaction, and a fired cast member returns to SNL. Joining me live from LA with those stories and more, audience, give it up for Tawanda from TMZ. Hi, Tawanda. Let's start with this. The first hour, the 4-hour rather, Wendy Williams documentary is airing on Lifetime this weekend. What did we learn about her since the end of her show?
You know, in the recent days, weeks, we've learned a lot about Wendy. We've learned that she was diagnosed with aphasia and dementia, which is the same disease that Bruce Willis has. We've also learned that she still is struggling very hard with alcoholism. In the documentary, there's a scene where a manager points out that she had drank a whole bottle of vodka to herself. There's scenes where, you know, Wendy kind of realizes that she has some issues going on, and she says that she feels hopeless. The documentary is it's really sad. It's really jarring seeing Wendy in some of these scenes and seeing her in the light that we're seeing her in. It's really sad. You know, another one of her producers from the Wendy Williams show this weekend said, you know, there's just absolutely no chance for a return to see Wendy on TV. And for us longtime Wendy Williams fans, that's just super sad to hear. Super sad. And considering she was just on the air, on the top of the world, just 2017, 2018. It's horrible. It's horrible to see her like this. Next, comedian Shane Gillis. If people don't know, he was fired from his gig on Saturday Night Live a few years ago, but lo and behold, he was back to host this weekend. And how were the reviews? You know, the reviews seem mixed. Some people said that, you know, he flubbed on some of his monologues. Some people said, you know what, he did a good job. Welcome back. You know, it's a hard gig to have. But, you know, I'm sure Shane was very thankful and very grateful to be back there. Even in the monologue, he says, you know, I shouldn't be here. I should be at home. I should be a football coach at this point in my life. You know, back in 2019, he was canceled for some of the jokes that he made while on SNL that had to do with the Down syndrome community. Some of his jokes were deemed racist. So for him to come back, it's a pretty triumphant thing for him. Finally, the latest TMZ Investigates airs Monday night, and this week you guys are going to focus on the love story between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Give us a little preview if you could. Yeah, so Harvey's super excited about this one. The team's been working really hard. They're going to really dive into what makes this relationship so much different than all of Taylor Swift's other relationships. You know, we've never seen Taylor so publicly, like, in love, showing so much PDA, going out in the clubs. We've just never seen Taylor in this light. I've been listening to Harvey this morning kind of explain it, and he feels like one of the main reasons is because Taylor's always dated someone that was relatively in her lane, a musician, an actor of some sort. And Travis Kelce is the complete opposite of that. And Taylor is a boss in her lane, Travis is a boss in his lane. So put those together and it just works. So they'll get all into that on the special TMZ Investigates Taylor and Travis, the ultimate love story. Tawanda, thank you so much. Have a good week. Thank you so much. You guys have a good week as well. Check your local listings for that special.
Yes.
Okay, let me click through my thoughts on a couple things. First of all, she was being very diplomatic. That episode of SNL was horrible. Horrible. There was one single redeeming thing, and that was Marcelo Hernandez in the Weekend Update. Yes. And there were a couple Weekend Update jokes, but the rest of it was a flaming trash box. It was terrible. It was horrible.
100% agree.
Number two, the Wendy Williams documentary. I haven't watched it yet. We've been a little busy. Jeff did watch it, and his reaction is exactly what I thought. He said it's incredibly hard to watch. Ooh. I don't know, as I said earlier, what's the why? Right. What are we going to get out of this? Right. It seems so voyeuristic to me and unnecessary. If you're a fan of hers, I don't want to see her in decline. Right. Why would you want to see anybody in decline that you're a fan of? It seems so exploitative to me. And her gross. People, I mean, don't you want to protect her? Yeah. Like, love on her? They're trying, but then again, like we said too in the meeting, who's the good guy? Right. Is it the conservator people? Is it the family? You just don't know. And finally, to the TMZ folks, good luck with the mail you're going to get on the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce special. Yes. Have fun. We're not allowed to say those names anymore. I don't care what she does. I'm lucky we did it here. I'm never saying their names ever again. Holy shnikes. Oh, people, get a hobby. Take up ceramics or something.
Seriously,
Anyway.
volunteer.
More, you're getting all angry about two people you don't know. Let's move on. More Dish. All last week, we talked about the dressing room dust-up at the Today Show involving singer and actress Kelly Rowland. Meanwhile, the movie, you know, she was out and about because she was promoting a new movie on Netflix. Well, it seems all the extra publicity really didn't do much to help her movie and the reviews, because Mea Culpa has a score of just 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, the Barney movie has a bigger rating. Thank you, Aaron. Trying today, Aaron. Tyler Perry wrote and directed the movie about a defense attorney who represents a man accused of killing his girlfriend. Some online reviews, and you know we love reading really bad reviews, say it's the worst movie made this century. Another says Another review says original movies made on the streaming site Tubi are better. Yeah. Yeah.
The free site.
Yeah, that's, yeah. It's one I always call Tubby, but yeah, Tubi, Tubby, it's yeah. I think we own Tubby, so I gotta be nice to it. Yeah, we gotta be nice. I love Tubi. I absolutely love Tubi.
And they're free content. Thank you.
But you know what? I'm just gonna say, Kelly.
Not a good look.
You know, she did. We're not going to show you any more of them because we covered the story. But every place she went on the WGN Morning News. That guy tried getting her to talk about it, and she one-word answer. She's like, "Nope, I'm here to talk about the movie. Nope, I'm here to talk about the movie." I'm like, "Ooh, I would not." I have been in that type of interview. Pee dribble. It's bad. It's like
awkward turtle.
Yeah, awkward turtle swimming away. No.
Just keep it swimming. Just keep swimming.
Next in the dish, I've interviewed Britney Spears. Don't forget. Yeah. Next in the dish.
Is that the one you fell out of the chair?
Don't.
No, everybody.
What?
Is that the one you fell out of the chair?
Yes,
like
that's the one.
He literally fell out.
I fell backwards.
Chair?
What Kendall is so beautifully referring to is
charmingly.
It was for Britney's first movie, Crossroads, and
2002
really,
was a
Aaron,
good year.
really. And they put me in the room, and as they were doing my mic, they put you in these high top director's chairs. And the union guy came and put my mic on, and as he was futzing with it, I went to move on the director's chair, and I went whoop, and I flipped back. I flipped back like a little gay turtle, and I was on the ground with my feet up, and Brittany leans over. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah."
Thank you, Miss Brittany.
Yeah. And then she goes, "Good, because now I can laugh." And then she laughed, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It was many years ago. Next in the dish, they were the must-have phones in the early 2000s, but it seems one legendary rapper, he just can't quit his BlackBerry. No. In a recent Instagram post, Eminem was spotted still using a BlackBerry. That's right. He's a multi-bazillionaire, but he still has a BlackBerry. Yeah. And this is the first time I've ever said this. DJ Woo Kid shared the post. Shared the post saying, "Jeff, you write this stuff just so I have to say this," saying, yes, Eminem still has a BlackBerry. Most people stopped using BlackBerries in 2010 when Apple and Android phones took over. And FYI, if you're keeping track, they were officially discontinued in 2022. Yeah.
He's the real Slim Shady. He can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. I was asking Jeff, is there a piece of, do you have old technology that you still use? Like maybe an answering machine. Does like your mom still have an answering machine or a VCR or?
Until like a month ago, I had a car with a key that went in the ignition, which I feel like is very weird because you get people with cars that nobody has like ignition keys anymore.
That's cool.
Right? Well, it wasn't because the heat and the radio didn't work, so that wasn't cool. But, I mean...
Did you have to put your feet on the street to get it to go?
I had to run.
Did you get the Fred Flintstone to the mall?
We upgraded, honey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have a VCR, and I have a Laserdisc player.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I gotta watch my Dallas Laserdisc somehow, but yeah. No, I have Madonna's Blonde Ambition Tour and Mermaids on Laserdisc.
Cher signed it, though.
And again, true story, my mom claims she didn't know I was gay. Just FYI.
Dar.
She had a head, I promise. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Who can forget when my British friends, Joanna and Beth, took over the Minnesota State Fair? Well, they're back. It's the British Invasion Part 2, and this time, they brought snacks. I'm going to try some delicious British snacks, and they are going to try some quintessential Minnesota goodies. The ultimate taste test when we come back. Look at that. A lot of times on the show, the radio show too, you hear me talk about my friends Joe and Beth. I call them on the show the Brits, who work at the busiest bar and the best bar at Epcot at Walt Disney World in Orlando. They were on our show during the Minnesota State Fair back in August when I surprised them because I said, what do you want out of this trip? And Joanna and Beth go, we just want to hold a baby animal. So look at this. This is when we surprised them with a baby animal. We had the Miracle of Birth Center come over with baby pigs. And again, you would have think I awarded them $100,000. But yeah, but it was, as we say in our friendship group, a core pig memory. That's right, yeah. We love it. Still, to this day, still one of the most watched clips on our social medias, yeah. Well, today, they want to surprise me by having me try some of their favorite British snacks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two of the best, Joe and Beth, everyone. Okay. I want to ask a general snack question.
Yeah.
What do you think is the main difference? Like, we're American snacks are very sugary and chocolate forward. Is it the same?
Yeah, I would say so. British chocolate is known to be better than American chocolate, and I know. But you know why? Yeah. You know why? Because there are certain ingredients, like high fructose corn syrup, they're illegal in the UK. That ingredient, you can't have that in certain products. So. Oh. Yeah.
Well, then,
so that's why it tastes different.
I will give you credit where the M&Ms and the Twixes.
Yes.
You are more elite in.
Your Twixes are better.
You have more elite
Twixes are better.
Twix and M&Ms
are better.
Are way better.
Yeah.
Is there another American thing that you think is better? No. Okay, there we go, yeah. Okay, where should we start?
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, yeah. Chicken tenders at Serum's, top notch. Yes. Okay, where are we starting?
Let's start here.
Yeah.
Which one?
Let's do a Jaffa cake.
Okay.
So that's this one.
This is the Jaffa cake.
Yeah. It's very controversial. Is it a cake? Is it a biscuit? Who knows?
Is it a cookie? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
And do you have a rule? Oh yeah, explain.
So sorry.
Biscuit. No. This is we're learning. I know this, but explain the difference between a biscuit. A biscuit to you isn't what a biscuit is to us.
So your American biscuits don't exist in the UK, really.
It's like a scone.
It's like a scone.
Yeah.
It's more savory. And then our biscuits are your cookies.
Got it. So here we go.
Yeah.
So this is now describe this as I'm eating it. What's the flavor profile here?
Oh, it's orange jelly.
Chocolate. Shall I eat one with you? I feel bad.
You know what? Yeah, may I?
Yeah,
thank you. Do you want to cheers?
And there was an advert.
Yeah.
I might really be embarrassing myself. But they used to do the advert was full moon.
Like that? What?
Half moon.
Okay. I really like these. I really like these. Okay, what's next? What are these?
Jelly tots.
These are called jelly tots.
They're like sugary gummies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try these.
I don't like them.
You don't like these?
I'll have one, but I'm not.
They're like a gumdrop. They're like an American gumdrop. Ooh, I don't like these.
Alex, then you would have them like normally in your like packed lunch at school. I'm triggered by these. Just from being younger, like, you know when like all you would have is those with your sandwich. I'm like, oh, another jelly tot. But it is a staple.
It is a staple.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids, this is a school snack.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? What are these?
These are delicious. So good. We have these mainly at Christmas time.
Okay.
They're Milky Bar buttons. They're white chocolate.
Milky Bar buttons?
Yeah, because you can get the bar, like the Milky Bar, it's like a candy, like a chocolate bar.
May I just dig in?
Please.
Okay. Do I eat more than one? I'm just, yeah.
Sure. Aren't they good?
And I don't like white chocolate. That's really good.
But you see how it's better, like, than
it is better.
Yours.
Okay. It is. Okay. Same chocolate family, what are these?
These are munchies. These are my mom's favorite.
And what are they?
They are chocolate, caramel, and like a little biscuit center.
I feel like I never even really had these.
So kind of like, you know what, I bet this is like a Rolo. Have you guys ever had a Rolo?
We have Rolos.
Oh, you do? Okay, then no. Okay.
You get that nice little crunch in the middle.
They're good.
I like these. Oh.
They're good, huh?
This might be my favorite. Okay. We have more snacks to try, and then a little bit later, wait till they try some Midwestern favorites. We'll be right back in a moment. Back with the Brits. Joe and Beth. We're trying some British snacks. And in that break, the audience and I deciphered what Joe was trying to say with the cookie. It's full moon, half moon, and when she shoves the whole cookie in her mouth, totally clips. That's right, yeah. Okay, what is next? What are these?
These are Malteser bunnies.
Malteser bunnies?
So these are Easter specials.
Yeah.
At Christmas, they do Malteser reindeer. And they're just from a Malteser, which is like a regular thing.
It was like malted, like biscuit, like inside.
Like a wafery. Oh, I enjoy these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a favorite.
Yeah.
I want these.
That's the main thing we ask for when people are coming over.
Yeah.
Like, bring Malteser bunnies.
Okay.
Or Malteser reindeer.
Now, this next one, before we get to savory snacks, this is what you're most excited for me to try.
Yes.
Now, take a shot, Leo. People think, wait, Jace, we have Cadbury cream eggs, but you say yours is different.
Yeah, yours is made by Hershey's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And if Hershey is a sponsor, we still love you.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
We tell.
They're not. Okay.
So when you eat this, you have to eat very specifically.
I have to eat it very specifically?
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Okay, how do I eat? Because full disclosure, I hate these in America. I do not like these. Yeah, okay, how do I eat this?
Get the paper off.
Get the paper off first,
You have to bite the top off, and then you have to lick the icing out.
Are they saying Jerry? This ain't Jerry Springer. Are they chanting Jerry? Oh, okay.
It's just the best way to eat it.
It is. I really hope you like it. No?
Oh, that's okay.
It's very sweet.
Yes.
But do you think it's better than the one here?
Oh,
no?
absolutely.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Way
You're fine.
better. Yeah. Ooh.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Now savory. We're moving on to savory. Where should I start?
Do these ones first.
What is this?
Okay. So also another fun fact. In the UK, we call potato chips crisps.
Okay.
So for us, these are crisps.
These are
mostly.
crisps, okay.
This is a mini cheddar. That's what it's
They're
called.
just
It's like a cheese kind of.
They're very similar
You can put
to
like
a Ritz.
cheese on them too. Yeah.
They're a little bitty Ritz. That's the flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, I love those.
Let's
Done.
do Quavers first.
These are also cheese flavor. These are delicious.
These are so good. I'm gonna have them.
Okay. Quavers. Let me see.
They're so crunchy.
Oh my god, aren't they so good?
So good.
They're good.
I could eat a whole bag of Quavers.
Oh yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, so good.
All right. Now, the last thing, I don't want to oversell this. This is what you were most excited for me to try. What?
Yeah.
Okay, what are these?
These are Marmite flavored Walkers. So their whole brand of Marmite is either you love it or you hate it. I love it.
I hate Marmite.
And I love it. So it's,
what is Marmite?
It's like a yeast
Vegemite.
Yeast
spread.
extract. You put it on like toast or like cheese on
you
toast.
put it on toast, yeah.
So my favorite concoction would be like in a crisp sandwich. I would do bread, butter, cheese, Marmite, and then either the Quavers, the Walkers, or a What's It, which is like your Cheeto.
And crunch down. Okay, now that I'll eat.
Do you love it? Do you hate it?
Yeah. You're a better man than me. I'm good. I'm good.
Joe and I joke, I'm spitting Marmite, that we're the same person. I am Beth on this one. I am not. They're okay. Like, I'll put that on a sandwich. I'll eat it all day long. But, ooh, it has a very distinct flavor.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'll have another Quaver.
When we come back, I'm turning the tables. This time, they're going to try our stuff for the first time. Next, stay with us. Let me take one more. Okay. The tables are turned. Okay. Now it's our turn. It's time to turn the tables on my beloved friends and make them try a few Midwest delicacies. These are the items many of us, all of you watching, if you're watching us in the Midwest, have in our freezers and pantries right now. Okay, first up is a classic around these here parts, Old Dutch Ripple potato chips. Made in Minnesota, dipped in what I think is the best dip in the universe. Top the tater. Okay, so please, ladies, dip. Please get a substantial amount of, Now get a good, nice dippins in there. A nice dippins. Oh yeah.
It broke. Sorry.
She be thick.
Is this enough?
Yeah, that's good. And please enjoy a couple because you won't be able to stop eating them. And please critique both the chip and the dip.
Wow.
You like the top potato?
Can we take this home?
You can take that home. Beth, do you like the top potato?
Nah, this is so good.
It's really good. Do you know what it tastes like? They're dairy junking things. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, please go in for a second.
This is a great chip. Yeah, this is...
Oh, you're right? Isn't that a good... Yeah. Old Dutch.
I love it. It says twin pack.
Twin pack.
Twin pack.
And then rip all, right?
I am a chip girl. This is a good chip.
That's right. If you would like to sponsor the Jason Show...
That's delicious.
Please call Pam Silverman in our sales office. There we go. Okay, next. I'm very excited for these. These are the squeaky cheese curds from Ellsworth, which is the cheese curd capital of the world.
I'm a little scared.
Are you scared?
If I'm honest. Cheese in a bag.
I get it, but don't be scared. There we go. Bottoms up.
Oh my God. Oh, she's not a cheese gal.
Are you?
I don't like cheese.
Give me that.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Are you? They're good, right?
You know what? They're not too cheesy. I don't like the cheese taste.
No, they're not.
They're quite delicious.
The curds.
They're good.
Yeah.
When you come back to the fair, these are fried at the fair.
I like them fried.
Like
Okay.
mozzarella?
That's right. Yeah. Okay, next, let's go to the sweet. This is a classic. This is a Pearson salted nut roll right there. So please, made in good old St. Paul, Minnesota. Please enjoy.
What? Oh, what's on the inside? What is that?
Nougat. Don't ask what nougat is. We don't know. Nobody knows. It's like asking what a Hoosier is. No one's quite sure. There. Cheers. This is made in our capital city of St. Paul.
That's good.
You like that?
Yeah, that's real good.
Is that good?
I like that.
That's a good. Like, there's kids put this in their lunchbox. We've been eating these for years. Yeah. Okay. Finally, you guys need something to drink. Presenting 1919 root beer, made in New Ulm, Minnesota. People consider this, and we're not trying to brag, but not just us. People say this is the best root beer on the planet Earth.
Oh, wow.
So please enjoy, and I'll try some too, actually. I actually have never had it, so yeah, there we go. Yeah. I know, audience. I know.
I don't know if that's just.
Go. I feel like it tastes. Oh my god, I really don't want to upset people.
Yeah, I know.
Be honest.
It tastes like mouthwash.
Yeah, it tastes like medicine.
Really?
Like medicine. Yeah.
Do you not like root beer normally?
No.
I've never had it.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. It does.
I don't like it.
I get it. Yeah.
Is that not a thing?
No.
It's not a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you though, I'm a good old American boy, and this is real good. You know what? That is interesting. I didn't know that they didn't have. You guys don't know. You guys don't have root beer
for us.
Oh.
It's like minty.
No.
It has. Root beer does have a unique flavor to it. If you're not used to it, I can imagine. But ooh, again, 1919. If you want to sponsor the Jason Show, just call Pam Silverman. There we go. That is so. Oh, okay, that's really good. Okay, so what was your all-time favorite here?
The dip.
The combo.
Yeah.
The dip, yeah. This also comes in a buffalo flavor, and taco and bacon flavor as well. Yeah, top the tater is the best.
Wow.
Give it up for Joe and Beth, everyone. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back after this. Back in a moment, everybody. Yeah. Don't forget to come see us this week. Go to eventbrite.com and search for the Jason Show.
Hello.
Hello. Time for a Jason Show pop quiz. All of these things happened in what year? Tiger Woods becomes the youngest person to win the Masters golf tournament. Jennifer Lopez marries her first of 4 husbands.
Oh.
Teeny Beanie Babies make their debut at McDonald's, and British band Chubbawamba became a one-hit wonder with Tub Thumping. That's right. Was it 1996, 1997, or 1999? The answer when we come back after this. Welcome back. Before the break, I asked you what year these things happened. Tiger Woods wins his first Masters. J-Lo marries her first of 17 husbands. Beanie Babies invaded McDonald's, and we all sang along to this, Tub Thumping. What year was it? 1997. 1997. Yeah. The same year I moved here.
Oh, cool. Me too.
You moved here in 1997?
No, I was 7. I wasn't moving.
Oh, yeah.
Child.
You were 7 when I was in a U-Haul. Yeah. With my friend Candace, who I've told this story before. I drove the U-Haul, and you can laugh at that visual, but and then my friend Candace drove my red Dodge Neon, and
Fancy.
I picked up the chicks in that car. Yeah. And we stopped for gas in Madison. Hi, Madison, Wisconsin. And we didn't have cell phones back then. And Candace got in my car. I got in the U-Haul. We got onto the highway. I looked behind me, and I'm like, oh, I don't see my economy vehicle. And Candace had taken 94 eastbound to Milwaukee. And didn't realize that until she was in Milwaukee. She's like, oh, this doesn't look like the Minneapolis skyline, because it wasn't.
No.
So I went to check in at the hotel that we had pre-planned, and I walk into the overnight desk clerk saying the following to me: hi, Mr. Matheson, your wife won't be joining you tonight. And I said, yeah.
No, she won't.
No, she won't. Actually, my wife will never be joining me. Yeah. Tomorrow, it's time for our latest fast food field trip. This time we go to Jimmy John's, and let's just say it's a disaster. That's tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.